You hold the vial up to the light and you're checking for 4 things. And I know exactly which 4 you're checking for. Is it cloudy? Are there bits floating in it? Has the color changed? Does it smell odd? In my last video, I told you the molecule decides how it falls apart. Here's the uncomfortable follow-up. All 4 of those checks that I just mentioned are almost useless to the damage that actually matters. Now, there's exactly one thing you actually can see that genuinely means throw it away. And it's not on that list of 4 that I just mentioned. I'll give it to you at the end of this video, and it's gonna annoy you just how simple it is. But before we go any further, I wanted to welcome you back to Peptide Corner. I'm Tom, a chartered chemical process engineer. A job which is basically being paid to distrust things that look fine. And before my lawyers start drafting me another strongly worded letter, this video is for educational and research purposes only, not medical advice. And you know the deal. If you find these useful, please smash that like, subscribe, and bell icon. It genuinely means the world to me. So let's rewind back to the chemistry we covered in my previous video. The most common way a peptide degrades in solution is deamidation. One side group hydrolyses off and the molecule's shape and charge both change. Now, how much heavier does that molecule get when that actually happens? How big is the damage physically? Have a guess. Surprisingly, 1 dalton. 1. That's the mass of a single hydrogen atom. Near enough. That's the whole event. The team who actually measured this for a living needed a 7 Tesla superconducting magnet just to tell the 2 versions apart. That team needed a 7 Tesla magnet, and you're squinting at it under a kitchen spotlight. Mate, your eyes were never in this competition. And another 2 degradation paths, oxidation and isomerisation, are the exact same story. No colour change, no cloudiness, nothing. What that means for you is a peptide can be substantially degraded and look exactly like it did the day you mixed it. Not similar, identical. A colour shift usually means something has either oxidised or something has leached in from the closure. It's worth knowing, but it's late news. By the time chemistry shows up in the tin, it's been running for a while. And smell? Come on. Smell is the worst of the 4, because to smell it properly, you have to open the vial you've got no business opening. And none of what we just covered has a smell anyway. You'd be trading away actual sterility in exchange for 0 information. Fine, you say, but I'd spot an actual lump floating in that. Well, would you? Because here's the thing that genuinely surprised me when I went and read the guidance. The FDA's own words about trained inspectors in controlled lighting doing this professionally. Quote, visual detection of a particulate is a probabilistic process. Probabilistic, meaning sometimes they see it and sometimes they don't. And these are trained professionals. And it goes even further. Quote, it cannot be relied upon to detect and remove all defects. What that is a regulator saying, in writing, looking at it is not a test. In fact, the pharmacopoeia won't even claim injections are free of particles. The official wording is essentially free. Essentially, that's a word doing an enormous amount of quiet work. And it was chosen on purpose. That's because the result was probabilistic and they knew it. And then it gets better, because at one point the regulators just gave up. The European Pharmacopoeia used to require these products be without visible particles. Then they changed it to without visible particles unless otherwise authorized or justified. That's because proteins clump. They self-associate all the way from nanometers up to the specs you can see. So read that again. The people writing the rulebook amended the rule because the molecules wouldn't cooperate. And that's your tell right there, because if the standard has an escape hatch in it, your kitchen inspection was never going to work. And this is one of the oldest lessons in process quality. You don't inspect quality into a product. The FDA says it outright. Prevention through process control, not catching it at the end. You control the conditions. You never rely on the final look. Which is why what actually helps isn't a better look. It's knowing which pathway your molecule takes. That's the whole reason I built the stability field manual. Profile by profile. It's on our website if you want it, and I'll link it for you now. But, and I didn't forget about it, I did promise you one thing you can see. So the bottom line is this, and it's a small shift that changes everything. What you're looking for isn't a single state, it's a change. Clear on Monday, faintly hazy on Friday. Now that's information you can use. cloudy from the moment you mixed it, and it might just be how the molecule looks. Because when you can see a change, that means aggregation. Molecules clumping, and that's one route on the list your immune system might actually have an opinion about. A single glance tells you nothing, but 2 glances days apart tells you something. And the flip side is the thing that people hate. It looks fine is not evidence. It's just an absence of one specific kind of evidence. Those are not the same thing, and the difference has cost people a lot of money. So tell me in the comments below, have you ever binned one because it looked off? Or used one that looked off and been completely fine? Both happen constantly, and I want to see which way this comment section leans. And if you're new or missed the one before this, where that 30-day fridge number actually comes from, and why it's not measuring your peptide at all, it's linked right here for you right now. Everything else lives on our brand new website, peptidecorner.net, and I'll link that for you also. Until next time, keep safe, keep skeptical, and I'll see you right back here on Peptide Corner.